I'm just stepping out of my helicopter, blades still humming, when Linda Grayson storms up my driveway, one slipper missing, hair like a bird's nest. Screeching about unauthorized air traffic, like I'd buzzed her living room with a drone strike. She's waving a clipboard like a battle axe, spitting out HOA rules I've never heard of. And slaps me with a notice. Big red letters screaming 72 hours to remove or we tow. As if she can haul my chopper off like a junked car. I'm Sam Carter, 36, a pilot in Sagebrush Valley, Wyoming. And let me tell you, Linda's war on my legally parked, FAA-certified helicopter didn't just crash and burn, it took her whole HOA empire down with it. And I made sure she saw it from her own front lawn. 2 years ago, I moved into Pine Hollow, a tidy little neighborhood with neat lawns and quiet streets. Perfect for my side gig flying aerial surveys and the occasional transport hop. My uncle, a bush pilot, left me his sweet Robinson R-44 and a chunk of land next to my house. Just big enough for a private helipad, fully permitted, county approved, quieter than a leaf blower. I'd done my homework, FAA clearance, noise compliance, zoning records. All Loctite in my office. Most folks thought it was cool, kids waved when I landed. Neighbors asked for cockpit pics, but Linda, the HOA president, wasn't most folks. She'd built a reputation as the queen of petty, finding people for early Christmas lights or wrong mailbox shades. Her clipboard a symbol of her need to control every blade of grass in Pine Hollow. That evening, when she saw my chopper touch down, something in her snapped, and she came at me like I'd flown into her personal airspace. I tried to keep it chill, headset still around my neck. Showing her my permits, pilot license, even the HOA bylaws that don't say squat about aircraft. Linda, this is legal, quieter than your neighbor's mower, I said, calm as I could. She scanned my papers like they were a ransom note, sniffed, this doesn't look right, and stomped off, bathrobe flapping like a flag of war. Next morning, I'm sipping coffee when a violation notice slides under my door, HOA letterhead. Linda's spiky signature, claiming my chopper's an unauthorized vehicle wrecking community serenity and causing wind damage to flower beds. I nearly choke laughing. But then I see the newsletter in my mailbox, a whole page called Sky Hazards, with a blurry shot of my chopper angled like it's dive-bombing the clubhouse. By afternoon, Linda's got her sidekick, Greg, a twitchy board member, measuring my helipad like he's planning a missile defense, while she's out front filming my every move, narrating, note the reckless descent, a clear threat to pets and shrubs. I'm starting to wonder if she thinks I'm running a secret chopper gang. Things go from weird to wild when she plasters no-fly zone stickers, red circles with a slashed helicopter, on mailboxes, including 3 on mine. My neighbor, Tom Vega, a retired firefighter, finds one under his door and swings by, cackling. She thinks you're napalming her roses, Sam. But I'm not laughing anymore. This isn't about rules. It's about Linda needing to win. And my chopper's the hill she's dying on. It gets crazier. Linda calls an emergency HOA meeting, unveiling a slideshow titled Air Invasion, ranting about blades of chaos and demanding a vote to tow my chopper. I'm there, front row, keeping cool, saying, airspace is federal. Linda, you can't bend flights. Greg, looking like he'd rather be golfing, mumbles, maybe we need a lawyer, earning a death glare from Linda. The board stalls, but she doubles down, sending a tow notice, 72 hours or it's a hazard. I fire back a cease and desist from my lawyer, copying the FA, thinking that'll shut her up. Nope. A tow truck actually shows up, but the driver takes one look at my chopper, shakes his head. Ain't touching that. Grabs the water I offer, and peels out, muttering about nutty HOA ladies. I'm done waiting for her next stunt. I'm taking this fight to the skies. I'm out doing a pre-flight check one Tuesday when I spot something off, bolts missing from my rear rotor, landing skid loose, fuel cap tampered with. My gut drops. This isn't wear and tear. It's sabotage. If I'd flown, I could have crashed, and it'd look like my fault. I check my motion camera. 2 a.m., a figure skulking by my helipad, clipboard in hand, sequin sweater glinting. Linda. I call the cops, and Officer Ryan Holt logs it as deliberate interference, a federal offense. Someone wanted you grounded, or worse, he says, eyeing the tool marks. I send the footage to my lawyer and the FAA, knowing Linda's crossed a line she can't uncross. But she's not done. She's just gone quiet, The kind of quiet that screams trouble. I'm not waiting for her to strike again. I call the FAA, get fast-tracked approval for an emergency landing zone on the HOA's green belt, a patch of grass right by Linda's manicured lawn. Technically community land, but perfect for a legal touchdown. I also plan a public chopper safety demo, inviting neighbors, kids, even the local paper, to show I'm no menace. The demo's a hit, kids gape at the cockpit, folks ask about safety protocols, and I'm walking them through decibel logs showing my chopper's quieter than a Harley. Linda's there, arms crossed, fuming, as neighbors thank me for being upfront. She tries banning it after the fact, claiming the green belt's leisure only, but nobody's buying her act anymore. Then she goes nuclear, calls 911, claiming my flights are harassing and causing a gas leak from rotor wash. 2 cop cars roll up, and I show Ryan my flight logs, FAA clearance, and noise data. He shakes his head. This is overkill, ma'am. Turns out, Linda used the HOA line, making it a false emergency report, big trouble. I'm ready to end this, and Linda's about to hand me the perfect shot. I hear from Tom that Linda's hired landscapers to beautify the green belt. Hedges, rocks, a tacky bird bath, trying to block my landing zone. I let her get halfway done, then file a city complaint. Unauthorized use of emergency space. Inspectors show up, tag her garden as illegal, and haul it away, bird bath and all, while Linda gawks from her porch, jaw on the floor. That's my cue. I get FAA clearance for a safety drill and, on a sunny Saturday, lift off, circle Pine Hollow, and land smooth as silk on the cleared green belt, 10 feet from Linda's lawn. Neighbors cheer. Kids wave, phones are out, filming. I wave from the cockpit, rotors kicking up a breeze, and spot Linda's curtain twitch. She's watching, helpless. The landing's legal, public, and a giant middle finger to her clipboard. That night, the HOA meeting's packed, tension thick as fog. I walk in, legal folder ready, and take the floor. Here's the deal, I say, passing out copies of my FAA landing approval, sabotage footage, Linda's forged petition, she faked 5 signatures, and her illegal garden tax. This isn't about choppers. It's about harassment, lies, and breaking federal law. Linda tries cutting in. This is about community values, but Tom stands. What about finding my roses, Linda? Or the $8,000 for a gazebo that's just paint on old wood? Neighbors pile on fines for bikes, threats over fences, till Greg asks, Linda, are you just mad Sam won't bow? The room erupts, and the board votes unanimously to suspend her. Linda's face ghost white as she storms out. Days later, she speaks at another meeting, no clipboard, voice flat, admitting she lost control, not apologizing but resigning, saying, I don't lead where I'm not trusted. The room's quiet, not triumphant, just done. I'm back on my helipad, chopper gleaming, feeling lighter than ever. Linda's facing a sheriff's probe for that 911 call, maybe FAA heat for sabotage, her reigns toast. I host a Skyfest barbecue on the green belt, giving short chopper rides. Snapping an aerial photo of Pine Hollow, smiling folks waving, framed in the clubhouse with We Rise Together. Kids draw choppers, neighbors swap stories of Linda's finds, and Tom slaps my back. You didn't just win, you freed us. Even Greg shows, serving lemonade, saying, you gave me guts to speak up. Linda stops by, hands me a tiny model of my R44, muttering, I didn't hate the chopper. Just what it meant, me losing grip. She leaves quick, and I'm left holding this odd peace offering, not sure if it's closure or just her last word. Sitting on my porch later, stars out. I think about how close I came to selling the chopper, letting Linda's noise drown me out. I'm stronger now, but trust harder. Every hum in the night makes me check my cameras. That photo in the clubhouse, though, it's proof we built something better than her rules. But here's what bugs me. Linda's husband, a real estate guy, was too quiet. And she rambled once about corporate spies. Was she paranoid, or was someone pushing her, maybe eyeing my land for a deal? My cameras stay on. What do you think? Ever had a Linda try to clip your wings for no reason but control? How'd you fight? Or would you land on her lawn like me? Rotors spinning. Drop your stories in the comments. And let's talk about what it takes to fly free when someone's trying to ground you.